Sorry, give me a second, ladies and gentlemen. Let me play some music.
Oh,
Let me fix this audio. I don't know why my audio does this.
where it lowers. I need to fix that. I gotta fix that eventually.
Yeah, I don't know why
It
I
always
always
lowers itself
when
when
it doesn't have to.
the import is starting test. Here I have it.
All right, can you guys hear me better? Better or not? I'm gonna be right back in a second. Let me get some stuff started. We're gonna play some Kingdom Hearts music as always, because why not? So, give me like a minute or two. I'll be right back. All right. I hopefully I just checked the audio. Wasn't really bad. I realized the volume. All right. So it will be a long stream. It will not be a long stream at all. Here it is. So what are we gonna do? So we're going to cover a bunch of things. Hey, what's up, Spud? Hey, Marnie, how you doing? How you doing, Marnie? So I think we're gonna cover some of the stuff from last night relating to, or yesterday afternoon, last morning, relating to, you know, I was that kind of stuck. Give me a second. I'm just trying to. Give me a second. I need to look at something real fast. God damn it. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back now. Sorry for that. I had to look at something. So let's cover some of the stuff from last night. Again, this won't be a long stream. Probably gonna end around 7 o'clock. So hey, JF, content enjoyer, how you doing? How you doing? So we're gonna probably just cover some stuff related to the Rubaloo, the downfall, not really the downfall, but sort of the breakup between Ruby and Low. Uh, for those who are not aware, right now currently Low is not on Discord. I'm not sure if she deactivated her account or she shut down everything or she left Discord completely, but I believe currently right now she's not on Discord, or at least she's not in the servers that I see her in. It's just not a lot because I'm not in a lot of servers right now. Um, but from what I understand, it looks like Low either shut down or deactivated her Discord account. Which makes a lot of sense because like this kind of stuff. Also, that you see Ruby using that fake Gaswife account and Jeremy chat today. I'll talk about that in a little bit as well. I see. It looks like okay, so it looks like maybe she didn't shut down an account, or maybe it deactivated, or she just left us. I don't know. I'm not sure if she deactivated it or she just left Discord, or she's planning to leave Discord completely. Yellow had left Discord. She said it was too much drama for her. Well, I think, and this isn't really me being an ass to Low. I think that this is what's always bound to happen. Low looks like she's someone who dealt a lot of drama growing up. So not life. It looks like somebody who dealt with a lot of drama growing up in her own personal life, just from what I can gather. And probably she doesn't want to deal with the YouTube drama. It's why she leaves a lot of the time. And I think there's a lot of reasons that she kept leaving most of the time. In the case of the Gaswipe account, whether or not that on the one hand, the way that person talks, the way that person acts, it is very Ruby coded, I guess, if you want to use that terminology. If it is Ruby, then it's like kind of sad because how that person is. And I'll get into this now. Like, if it is Ruby, right? If it is Ruby, then it's kind of funny because now that I sent you the screenshot of DM. Yeah, I saw. We'll go over some of that later. If Asswife is Ruby, then it's kind of sad, in my opinion, because then everything that she went through, she didn't learn, and she's just relapsing. If it is in Ruby and it is somebody else that's pretending to be Ruby or somebody that is mimicking Ruby's talk, then that is just like, okay. Then it's a nothing burger. And somebody that's trying to start shit, right? It can either be somebody who very anti-Ruby and starting shit with everybody with Ruby, or it could be like a Ruby super fan, like a Deadman said, that is trying to act on Ruby's behalf. It can go either way. I guess also, since I'm kind of awake now, we can also go through the Gamer of the Dam stuff as well, if I have it or not. I should have it somewhere here. I guess we can also talk about the Gamer of the Dam, his recent posts. We'll talk about that now since I'm here. Let me set this up properly, how I usually like it. So I'm deciding now to take a break from streaming for a while because I'm not feeling great at all, and I just feel better if I took a break from it all. But there's a fake account on YouTube pretending to be me and are threatening to strike people. I'm not happy about it. If so, there's an account in your chat or someone else chat make threats to strike you or do whatever. It's not me. Thank you for liking and subscribe. I'll be back someday doing great stream. I'm just taking a break. I'm just taking a break from now. I'll see you all when I come back. Peace and love to y'all. So it looks like Gamer at the Dam is temporarily taking a break from streaming and content making. Was it a good thing? I guess he probably didn't take my advice. He probably didn't take my advice. He probably didn't take my advice or anything. But he probably is realizing that maybe like need to take a break, or he could just be following what Ruby does. He could just be following Ruby's like steps. So like whatever, but I did think he did need to take a break from all this shit for a while because you could tell that it was negatively affecting him, especially him rolling around with like TK and Jeremy, and some extent even Ruby, like kind of like a like a mind virus, like like a psychological virus, right? I'm pretty sure there has to be a term or some theory where like when you're around somebody for so long, they're like you get kind of like infected with their like psychology or something. There gotta be a term. So yeah, Gamer of the Day with temporarily taking some time off of streaming and everything. Like, and again, I don't even dislike Gamer, but I think that he did went too far and everything. And we are gonna see it a little bit with the Ruby stuff here, and so on about the stuff. But back to Asswipe. Again, if it is Ruby and she got caught again, that's on her. I feel like if you study psychology like Ruby supposedly does, then you should be able to pick up on patterns, right? You should be able to pick up on patterns on people's behavior and the way they act. And it just amazed me that she's not comprehending that. It's like I said about TK or Jeremy. Like there's just a certain behavior pattern about them that it's easy to pick up and learn. Like, yeah, they're gonna keep doing the same thing over and over and over again, and expecting them to change is kind of like dumb on your part. And maybe it's because Ruby wants to believe people can be better, people can change, but that's not the reality of humanity at our core. And it's why, in the case of Low, I feel like, I would say that if anything, now that I look at it, I don't think Low is naive in any real sense. I just think that she just does not care enough for this crap, and she chooses to just walk away. Which is a good thing on her part to just leave Discord in some extent, maybe not stream as much. Um, you know, that's what I would say. Sorry. All right, let's go into this shit.
Hello, everyone, and apologies. I had to go get my Dunkin'. Me and Lo are both like a bit nervous because these are heavy topics. It's easy to fuck up.
Getting the Dunkin'. That's very important.
I have mortally fucked up. So that just is what it is. And I apologized shortly after and kind of explained that I was trying to make an example of what would a too far joke be. Like that would be the line, but I crossed the line and it was fucked up. And it's also now like affecting other people. So anyway, Lo was kind enough to come and we're just going to address this directly. And
I like how she like had to repeat the point about like, well, I was trying to make a point by crossing the line. It's like, well, then that kind of like a little bit of doubling down. I feel like the more she repeats it, the more is like it kind of devalue her whole decision making. Like, god damn it.
We can answer any questions, but just people try to be like respectful and like genuine in chat. Like, otherwise you're gonna be timed out if you're just
shout out to Snafu.
I don't know, whatever. Anyway. Hi.
Bye. Okay, so obviously I feel like we should just really jump into it. There shouldn't really be any just whatever. I hope you're well, of course. And I do want to start off by saying I'm sorry. Like, I don't like the way that I kind of just conveyed or responded in my video on Monday. It did get taken down for the people that wanted to watch it or anything like that. But I felt like I could have just.
For anybody wondering, I do have a copy of the original video. I'm pretty sure we did play it here. But I do have a copy of the original stream on hand, so maybe one day I'll release it or something.
Just handle that better. Everybody makes mistakes, and I still do stand on what I said. Don't get me wrong. What you said was absolutely like just disgusting and vile. And even though you were trying to make the point,
I'm confused how Lo opened up apologizing. I think Lo and I have the same issue where like I forgot what people call it. People have a tendency, it's like a nervous tick. Like, I don't know what Lo life has been. I don't know her full history. I don't know her life history. Again, it's up to her if she ever wants to talk about stuff like that. But I wouldn't be surprised because I know she mentioned like in her real life she doesn't mess with certain things, she doesn't fuck with certain people, and so I think maybe like that course of that part of her life, because I've been through it. I know how it feels where you always have to apologize when you don't have to. And I think Lo has that same issue where like she just apologizes when there's no need to apologize, and it's like, you know. But it can also be the type, you know, her family or life, how she was raised as well.
There's a better way to do that without stooping down to what Jeremy and King are saying. You know what I mean? Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, you're fine. I mean, that's absolutely true. I felt very like triggered and offended by the whole PDF convo. It's not just a joke.
I don't think it's a nervous tick. I don't know the exact term. I mean, yeah, I think she doesn't like. Yeah. Well, the problem with that, and I learned this the hard way, that you can't always avoid conflict. You have to be willing to fight. You can't just. I mean, I'm not saying she's submissive. I'm not saying anything like that, but I think that in life in general, you have to fight even when you don't want to. And that's just the truth. Did you see Ben glaze low on Dead Man? Yeah, I saw that. Supposedly he said that him and Lo are going to do something, or they what's this like? I don't believe Ben. Like, why am I going to believe Ben? Why am I going to believe Grace on that stuff? I don't think anything is going to happen. I don't see Lo doing anything like that. I think if anything, that would be the opposite of what Lo wants to do. Like, why? Like, she clearly doesn't care about this YouTube stuff like most of us do. He poured the glaze on like those missing that Krispy Kreme. I think Ben is lying. Lo is not into it. No. I mean, you can't deny that she did blush and she did like smile. You know, what I would say that maybe she was a little like, you know, I think like that could be a nervous tick, but also like the way Ben went at it, I wouldn't be surprised if Lo secretly does like stuff like that. You know how like some women like things like that, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm trying to apply. I'm not saying Lo's like Ben in any real way, but I think she took the compliment anyway. You know, and truthfully, Lo is it's 5 and 3 people I want to watch or streaming at the same time. It's 5 and 3 people I want to watch or streaming at the same time. Hello, Sunny. I mean, Lo is a good-looking woman. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Lo's a good-looking woman, so I wouldn't be surprised she gets a lot of compliments. She's a very slender-looking woman. She does have a bit of a deep voice, but that's like whatever. I'm used to that, especially with black women. He's trying to drive the wedge between her and Ruby Moore. I don't believe they're playing things behind the scenes. Lo is very attractive. Lo is a 5 out of 10. Probably. I don't really try to rate women most of the time. I don't really rate women because I don't really care enough. I've too much. It's like whatever. Yeah. I don't know. I think at most I give Lo like a 6 or a 7, but that's because like when it's coming to mulattoes, because she is mixed. I've seen really good looking mulatto chicks in my area, so it's like okay. In terms of driving a wedge between Ruby and Lo, I think that's not that as hard as you think. Women would love to rate you. Oh yeah, I'm not denying that, Sonny. Oh yeah, 100%. Women like to rate men. It's just at that point I look at it. It's like, yeah, but you know, you can rate me all you want. If Lo wants to low IQ, she could be. If Lo wants low IQ, she could be a 7. It wasn't low IQ.
Like
are you drunk?
An hour-long conversation I was deeply disturbed by it. I did Celebrity Sunday and got intoxicated, and after the show, to make a point, because I was so disappointed in King for not like pushing back.
I got intoxicated, so I was right. She did drink a bottle of wine. Remember, guys, I'm the alcoholic. I'm the sloppy drinker. I'm the one that slurs his words. And I will admit, I said some morning, Gary and Lo. I'm drunk. Just woke up. It's like someone's on a bender. I'm not drunk. That's what we'll say. Yeah. I've been on a bender and I'm stopping now for a while. You know, reminder. Ruby called me a drunk. And I've said some things. This video was so epic because Lo's like, that's why we can't be friends. Yeah, you can tell by her mannerism, her body language, that's like, oh, this is why we can't be friends. I mean, that's what everybody says. So, and I mean, for my case, it's like, well, yeah, I'm a drunk, but I don't make excuses when I'm drunk. I don't make excuses for the things I've said. Have I forgotten things when I'm drunk? Oh, 100%. But if I was drunk, I would stream. Yeah, like for me, if I do something dumb when I'm drunk, that's on me. That's not on the alcohol. I had the opportunity to not do something stupid while drunk. I had the power to not drink at all. All right, that's on me, not on the liquor. And am I a little spiteful about her calling me a drunk? Yeah, but how many times we seen Ruby gets drunk, plastered, and she's done a bunch of dumb shit, and no one calls it out. It's like you gotta be a little consistent. Is it 6 a.m. where you are? Or are you drinking in the morning? But you're an adult, Ruby isn't. Well, I am younger. I mean, like I'm the same age as a D dog, but also I would admit that I've been heavy drinking since my early 20s. There was a period of point during the lockdown where I was drinking every other day, but those times where I was drinking every other day or drinking almost constantly, I was doing something in my life. I was active in my life. I was either like fixing stuff around my house. Nothing is ever Ruby's fault. Yeah, but some people like Ruby blame alcohol for their problem. It is a common thing, but you can't blame alcohol for everything. Why would you hang out with D-Dog? No. I wouldn't hang out with D-Dog. What I'm saying was during 2020, I would be drinking every day or every other day, but I never did anything stupid like this. And I'm saying that I'm like the same age as D-Dog, and I'm like, well, I've done dumb shit when I'm drunk, but that's on me. Have I said offhanded stuff when I'm drunk? Yeah, but that's on me. And on top of all of that, it's like I don't blame the liquor. I blame it on myself. You know.
Because he's a daughter, I, said comments about his daughter that were not justifiable. So, and please, anyone who's there's no teams in this. Everyone, don't think you're helping me by attacking anyone ever. That makes me sad. That makes.
I like how they said there's no team, but it's like. I want to say it again. You don't need to side with somebody to agree with their point. You don't need to kowtow to people, right? You don't need to kowtow, right? Ruby looks like crazy on the video. Sinks combo chain is at 10. Dale. It's like I've said it before, and I think that's why a lot of people don't like me in the sector, especially when it's coming to the Ben and Gray stuff. It's because like for a long time, I didn't really take a side with Ben, Graves, Ruby, or Ava, or anybody because I just felt like, why would I need to take a side? You can disagree with somebody and agree with somebody without necessarily taking a side. You can still keep your neutrality, but you can still talk about something and still agree with somebody and still not take their side. Like when the whole thing that happened between Ruby and Lalo in Vegas, I didn't take either of their side, and I criticized both of them, and I even stated, like, what do you fucking expect? And I even said that, like, you also need to remember the audience also wanted this to happen. It's called being neutral. You can still take your own side in a argument. You know what I mean? Now there are going to be times where you may take a side, but it's important to be willing to be open during that time period, right? If something changes, you got to be willing to be flexible during that whole thing. Like I criticize, like maybe I should have been more harder with Jeremy and TK, but like I also knew that that's who they fucking are. Like, what do you expect? Like, have you never paid attention to their streams? Have you never paid attention to the way they talk? That's just who they are, and it didn't matter, right? no amount of criticizing them, no amount of shaming them, it's going to change them. Like, what did you people expected? And I think people attack me because I didn't go hard enough. It's like there's nothing you can do, right? But in the case of Ruby, I just had enough because like she's not being like people let her slide all the time. People do let her slide. People do let her do this. People don't let Jeremy or TK slide. So the same thing have to be held on to you. And again, for like weeks and months, he says he was better than the Dwarves. Now, I don't agree with Jeremy saying that, like, would Ben say something similar? Like, Ben would never say something the same as Ruby. No, I think Ben would say something similar to Ruby. It's just Ben is smart enough to not be open about it. I would say that Ben would say something similar to Ruby. Just he would word it so differently that it would take you like a minute or two to realize what he's doing. Just an honest fact. We've been getting by on bad. We've been getting by on bad behavior. Her parents are enablers. Well, Ruby did admit that, like, when she was a teenager, up to her 20s, she was like a punk rock, anarchist, like liberal leftist girl for the longest period of time. Maybe that's why she's been like trying to grift back to the whole leftist SAW, which I thought that was sad. I thought that was so like I thought that was just pathetic and sad. Like, what are you trying to do? Like, BreadTube is mostly dead. The SAW stuff is dead. It's the woke stuff is mutating to something else we don't even fucking know right now. I don't even know there's a name for it. That's the woke thing is kind of dead. It's mutating to do a new different brand, right? I just thought that whole shit was just retarded. Like, I don't know if he was trying to play a joke up and it just didn't land. But if it was, like, it just didn't land as well. My 10 chain's gonna break. Repo pepperoni. I need to get to 40. But you know what they say. If you ever been around SAW or leftist long enough, you do know that a lot of them are secretly racist. Like I'm pretty sure, like, if you ever look at certain way SAW do talk about like minorities, they have such a low. They don't openly say it, but they do have a lower opinion, or downright think that like they're not able to do shit. It's like I've said it before. I'd rather a racist is call me a slur than a leftist talking down on me. Like, that's what I've always said that before. I would rather somebody call me a slur than talk down on me. SJW believe blacks can't get IDs. Yeah. So it's like kind of funny the fact that she wants to be an SJW.
Just that's not what I want ever. So please, nobody ever do that. It's totally valid if people want to disassociate, because I'm a very messy, sloppy person online. Like,
you are, Ruby, and I feel like we all have to admit it. Like, I still love you. I still hope the best. I want your channel to flourish, and maybe you can like rebrand the shit. But everything like that you cover, I feel like, and the people that even you associate yourself with, that is the reason that all of this drawback is coming back from this negativity, but also from you yourself, because you decide that you want to use that type of just language. And
you can't blame everything on negativity. You have to come to realize that your own action is back. That's why she called King daughter a nix. She's so bubbly and happy. I'm gonna say this again, and I'm gonna repeat it. The only reason she's even doing this now is because she got caught. I don't know how many times I gotta say it. The only reason that she ever got, the only reason she's doing this, I like low voice. Low voice is okay. Low voice is okay. But I can't say shit because my voice is very. As somebody once said, I'm a Gen Z special need person. She called her chat retarded. Yeah, but I call my chat retarded. She's not really sorry. It's fake. Well, she said that an hour later, which isn't true because I'm pretty sure I have it in detail. Because it was like 12 o'clock when me, Sunny, and Get Cracked saw the shit that happened. She made her post around 3 or 4 o'clock. So it wasn't an hour after, so that's like a lie. She's gonna probably keep running around. I'm pretty sure if somebody wanted to time the exact moment of her apology. And again, she even came in my chat, and I asked Ruby, why don't you come on my stream and talk about this? Like, try, like, as a way to save face. I gave Ruby, she's protecting her image, that's all she cared about. Hey, Snafu. I tried to give Ruby the benefit of the doubt. I tried to give Ruby, because I saw her first. Me and chat saw her first, and she got caught. TK probably would have not said shit. And even if TK says something, nobody would have believed him, right? Nobody would have believed him. People would say, oh, TK, you're lying. Stop dragging Ruby, right? You're just attacking her. And it would have been this whole rigmarole until we saw, yeah, we saw a live. But if we didn't see that live, if somebody in chat didn't tell me about TK kick account, told me what happened, she would have got away with it. Would she make an apology? Not really. And it's just the truth. And nobody wants to acknowledge that. She won't acknowledge that because she won't give me the W. And that's just on its fact. You know, I would say I would say very clearly. And I think in the past I've openly criticized Ruby about things. When the locale stuff happens and the Becky Boo stuff happened, I was directly after Hershey, she went on forming with her alt and trolled them hard. Oh yeah, with the that did
just go along, I guess,
Yeah,
with the
the
chaos
ass
and the
stuff.
bit. And it's just like, I don't think that's a good route for you to go. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I hope that you know that I'm not hating on you. I'm not
I mean,
trying to judge
yeah,
you or
that's
anything like that. But at the same time, it's like the principles that I stand on, that's not even a joke in my head that I could even bring up to even try to get someone to make them understand the point. You know what I mean? So just to go as far as that, that's why, like, I don't know. I don't want to be associated, but at the same time, I want you to know that, like, I don't judge you. I don't hate you. I don't wish ill will on you. And you're a human being. You make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And who am I to judge? Like, I'm not going to judge you. So,
yeah. And it's, yeah, I don't even, it's not justifiable. You know, I didn't think it was funny at all. I was saying it because I was so upset that they were saying stuff like that. So I did type it as an example, you know, and I can't undo that. And it sucks. And I do have to think about who I'm surrounding myself with. I've been thinking about that a lot.
yeah. And I feel like,
I think something I remember Ruby said that, like, and again, when we look at Ruby past, she said very openly that she was around like a lot of self-destructive people. And it takes either strong will to overwrite that, or, you know, you have a tendency to fall back into that pattern constantly. Like, I've been around people who were self-destructive, and it took me like years to even recover from, mentally at least. So I would know. But, you know, again, sometimes people do repeat the pattern. Like with her and D-Dog, that relationship was self-destructive. But like prior to D-Dog and her dating, she was like, what, secretly dating her trans ex? And who knows how abusive that was. All hail the bad potato. Hello there, Deniski. SJW. I think she's done for trying to grift at an SJW the next day, calling a little girl nig. I thought the whole thing was retarded. I thought that a part of me thought maybe that was a joke, but then I realized maybe she was being serious, and then she did say that. And I'm like, yeah, let's be fair. I'm pretty sure there was reports of people saying that a lot of SJW were secretly racist. I mean, like, if you ever met a hippie person, a lot of them are a lot of older boomer. Wait, Ruby was dating a trans. Yeah, well, I think if somebody can correct me. I believe that Ruby did kind of went back to her trans ex for a little bit of time before she started dating D-Dog. It was, oh god, that shit was wild.
just like, I don't even know. And I do also, there's one thing that I want to mention. I seen, you know, people kept sending me screenshots that you thought I was like flirting or like linking up with Ben or something. And I just want to tell you that that's absolutely not true. Like, yes, I was on Jeremy's. I was talking to him and King, but I told him that if you let Ben up on the panel, like, I'm going to drop off, you know, and I was about to leave. He brought Ben up. He said, oh, you can get a few words in. Okay, I'm willing to listen. Instantly started talking about me. So I dropped off. And once he said something about my body, I dropped off. There was no conversation about linking. There was no,
I never thought that. I just I just was confused when people were sending me screenshots. It was like you, an actual PDF, and then the two people who said the same things reading my messages. That hurt me. That did.
To be very fair, her and Ben did have a pleasant conversation. Let's be very real. Doesn't mean she likes Ben. You're gonna have a nice conversation with somebody you don't like. I thought D Dog was the trend act. No. There was the trend act, and then there was D Dog. And it's, mind you, during the whole time she was dating her trend act, she was going on about celibacy. I hate how these women just believe what chat says. It's more common than you think. Well, you gotta remember, because during that time she wasn't back with her ex, but she was talking to her ex, and I think they did fuck once or twice. She was going on about being celibate. Now you can still date somebody while being celibate, right? You can still do that, right? They can still, you can still do that. You can still date somebody and not have sex with them, or still talk to somebody and not talk, and you can still do that. But I do remember, I think she did fuck for a while. She either fucked him once or twice, and I believe no one called her out on her hypocrisy for being celibate. And I think that's the celibate trend sounds like a Jeremy Peterson. But I remember her having sex while claiming celibacy. Yeah, wasn't her ex a drug addict? Yeah.
And I am sorry that that came off that way, but that was never like that. I don't fuck with them. I can never.
I know, but it was confusing to me given the whole context of the situation as to why I was cut off and they aren't.
Which afterwards, honestly, I did start to reflect on that, because in that moment, I really hadn't got the full concept and the context of what they had said. It was just people were sending me literally list of what Ruby said, not what Jeremy and TK said. So by the time I get on there and they're like, oh yeah, we were talking about that, and it was a 16-year-old. They didn't say it was an 18 or an 8-year-old. I started to figure out, like, okay, yes, they're all actually in the same boat. I'm sorry, you're included in that with that. But yes, I don't fuck with King. I don't fuck with Jeremy and Ruby. I'm sorry, I can't fuck with you either. Like, it's that, but it's not even hate towards them either. It's not hate towards you. It's just respect that I have for myself and who I want to involve myself with. So
yeah, and that's valid. It's 100%.
And I don't know, like I said, I just want to apologize to you, because I don't want you to think that, oh, I went online to try to like bash you or put your business out there. But the fact that I got brought into it and we were close friends, I'm like, damn, this actually is crazy. I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should say something and let people know, like, I'm not for this. I am against this. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I guess like everything just went too far, I feel like, for you, for the whole situation. And I don't like the way.
Said he kept drugs in the attic. True. I did that. How I started allowing Ruby in the chat. I said this is celibate. When I started following Ruby, Deniski, yep, a little so boring. Yeah,
that it happened. So, and I don't want any more hate coming towards you. Fuck the people attacking me, guys. I really don't give a fuck. People in your chat, I already seen what was going on today. Them thinking that I'm putting on a play or trying to make you the victim in all of this, or victimize you more by trying to like give you a pity party. That's absolutely not true. I came on here to apologize to you.
Well, first up, Lo has nothing to apologize. I don't think there's anything to apologize. Victim, it's like, well, how is Ruby the victim? In what way? If anything, Ruby is the victim of her own shitty action. Ruby really liked a man here. No, Ruby was claiming that she was a lesbian for like the end of last year. She was claiming to be a lesbian or some shit like that, and I'm like, it kind of just, and again, it kind of just showed that Ruby is kind of just. Her brain, yeah. Why is Lo apologizing the fuck? I don't know. Maybe she's apologizing about the there's no need. Like Lo has no need to apologize to Ruby. There's no need. Maybe Ruby is a transaction. I doubt it. And Ruby isn't the victim of anything. If Ruby is the victim of anything, it's the victim of her own shitty action. At some point, you can't play victim anymore. Just admit that you have shitty actions and go from there. Like this whole thing is really retarded. This whole thing is just retarded because Lo has nothing to apologize. If she's apologizing that she didn't make things clear, fine. That's fine. But besides that, then that's why it's going bong. That's fine. But if she's Lo is the type of person that will have conversation with her mom when she sees on her deathbed. Mom, like there's so much drama or whatever. I understand you're dying, but you think so? I don't believe so. Ruby admits she has shitty action that want to pass. Well, she's not getting a pass. I feel it's like, oh fuck.
For me,
I gotta move this
maybe
along.
if I did, you know, acting out of character. That's what I came up here for. I don't care. So your little fucking Discord that you have in there's some fucking mean ass people. That's what I can say. So
Was there something I thought you?
Yeah, if you guys are wondering why Lo's saying it, it's what I remember is a lot of people were attacking Lo about this whole situation with Ruby. I believe a lot of Ruby Sims were, well, not Ruby Sim, but a lot of Ruby supporters were attacking Lo for distancing herself and cutting her ties with Ruby, which I thought it was like pretty funny how desperate they were trying to keep their friendship, which is like, no. I think Lo made her decision at the funny at the funny face Lo was making. I'm like, no, I think Lo has made her decision. There's nothing that you can do to change it. It's sad, it sucks. Ruby supporter, gamer. No, with other people as well.
We're off of Discord, but was there
I
something?
am off of Discord, but people send me stuff.
Okay, was there something I said? Because you're kind of
No,
seems like
no,
it's
it
you.
wasn't you. It wasn't you. It wasn't you.
Oh.
It was,
I mean, yeah, I don't super moderate my Discord, and people did view it as, you know, a betrayal, but it's true. I betrayed you first by doing that, you know. So
Is this thing
and
still
I
on?
do accept your apology, of course.
No, this is from last night. I'm just covering it because I just didn't get a chance to cover it last night because I fell asleep early. Yeah, I said, yeah, the Ruby Sims were calling Lo racist. They're still just predict. Sunny was a. People were calling Lo racist because I think people were calling out for the whole. I'm banned from Discord right now. People were calling out on Lo for saying the word chink. Was it a racist slur towards Asian people? I think if you were to say that, like in the West Coast or the East Coast, like upper, like if she was to say the word chink in New York or those area or like places where there's a high Asian, the fact that Sunny is banned and I'm not is hilarious. That is hilarious, Dan. If she was to say the word chink in those where there's a lot of high Asian people, then she probably would have a very different opinion. I don't really give a shit. But if you're gonna hold, you know, I think it's just for good morning, Mr. Spud, good morning, class. Those doesn't seem that offended. I think she's just using this opportunity to cut out boy losers like Jeremy Peterson King and the Roofster. I think she's always. Okay, I'll say this now. I think she's been planning secretly. I don't know. I'm only gonna say this out. This is just a theory. This is just a theory. My theory is that she's always been planning to cut ties with this sector for a very long time, but also she was never really invested in this stuff. She was never really invested in this sector as much. So I think she always saw she was trying to see an opportunity to leave this. And I think with the failure of Little Angels, it kind of was a failure, even though it sometimes was okay to watch. I think she's just trying to find her exit strategy, and here you go, like what I did to Ruby. I'm Kaon, neutral. I think they're all moron. Yeah, Ruby is shitty, but with friends like Lo, you don't need enemy. You said bad word, now you're dead to me. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, but like this is common. This is a very common thing in the outside world. Like if Lo has principles, then yeah, you can't blame Lo for like, yeah, I don't want to deal with this stuff. I don't want to deal with people who say things like that's a common thing that I find a lot of people do and say. It wasn't surprising for me. It's just like it wasn't like Lo is the type of person to say something like that. No offense, but like I've met people like that in real life. You know, I can't blame her for holding to her principles. At least she's more honest about it than the rest of us. The Nitsky with the perfect take on the situation. It's the only show I would watch with Lo is Low IQ topic with Lo. Low IQ is the best.
Of course, I don't think that I said that on my stream or even this stream, but I do accept your apology. You know, like I said, people aren't perfect. I make mistakes every single day.
People who value principles over friends have neither principles or friends. I guess so. I guess so. I think that's her opinion. I can't blame people who have principles. I simply cannot blame that if that's her principles. I can't blame her. You know, but yeah, I see what you mean. That maybe out of it she doesn't have friends. I think she admitted that she cut out a lot of her friend group over the years. At least she's what 24, 25, so she probably has a small friend group. But then again, I can't say shit because I have a small friend group, but I'm almost in my 30s, so I guess that's the exception. All right, they are all a bunch of retards. I'm done caring. I just treat them like animals in the zoo. Tap on the window to mess with them, then get on with my life. That's 100 times better than any of them. Long, yeah, yeah. I would admit that I'm slowly doing that too. I I only again I came back to this mess because I wanted to make fun of TK. And then I ended up going after Ruby because of Sunny's stream because I kind of felt like maybe she should be criticized a bit. Then my Finify chain broke because I looked at it. Feel rip rip, and then here we are now with with current events.
How can I not forgive you? You are and were a close friend to me, but it's just as
Jeremy's still pretending to have a job. I don't know if he has a job or not. I'm assuming he does.
for the future. I don't know. Like it looks very dim for me. Like I feel like you know me enough. You know what type of person I am. The fact that I don't like to be involved in drama and people like saying random accusations about me. Like I'm even hearing now that like I'm a pedo and I'm a whole bunch of shit. Like it's crazy, bro. So
and I'm sorry. I never wanted. I never.
No, don't cry, Ruby. Please don't cry. I really don't want to.
I don't know anyone who called BK is a promising career. Oh God. Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know who called Lol a PDF. I don't know who will call her that, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came from like the Ruby's groups of people. It's not surprising.
Because I fucked up. I don't want people to feel like they have to comfort me because I fucked up. I should feel bad, and
well, sadly, a lot of people were comforting you, and a lot of people say like, "Oh, you made a mistake." It's like, okay, yeah, we all make mistakes. We all do, but it's important to learn from your mistakes and not repeat it. And you have a tendency to do this shit more often, crash out, cry about it, blame the chat. It's a repeating cycle, like a locale. Like if you're going to make a mistake, just say I made a mistake. Let's try to do better. Move the fuck on. The only way Jeremy can keep in touch with Grace is to get a job at BK.
You should.
I ruined something I cared about.
It had to be one of her obsessive simp that called LOL. I mean, there were a bunch of people that were doing that. And all Ruby does is repeat her action. Yeah.
And, I didn't know that you'd been even having, feelings like that. So I was caught off guard, but I fucked up. So it just is what it is, So I respect that,
Yeah. I'm not sure really what else to say. Like, I just feel awkward. I feel like I felt like we released what we had to, but at the same time, like I'm very sad that we had to stop being friends for real. Like I even told my closest people that I talk to, like I am very sad on that fact. Like, yes, I'm pissed at you and I'm disappointed in what you said, but I'm upset very, very so that we have to end our friendship. Like, I don't know.
I know it sucks. I am sorry. And yeah,
I forgive you. I really do. From the bottom of my heart, like you deserve to be given grace and to be forgiven. You're a human also.
So I don't know why people have to go at people's job. I have literally had to at one time clean train toilet to make a living. What counts as you're willing to work? I mean, I don't care what people do. I don't care if you live with your family. I don't really care for that shit. Like, do what you got to do to survive. You got to do what you got to do to survive. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if Ruby works at a bookstore, but like, just humble yourself. Remember where we all start.
And that's the least that I can do is forgive you. You know what I mean?
That's
like
fair,
you didn't
Sonny.
Specifically, what can I say? Direct that towards me, but it still felt just as a whole, as together, a mindset behind the whole thing.
Yeah.
But man, fuck your chat, literally.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's very unmoderated right now, and a lot of people are upset, and then a lot of people are just kind of being opportunistic, and I have to reflect a lot about what I'm doing online.
It's Ava. It's asking. Isn't Ava from like a middle class rich? Like I remember Get Crack told me that Ava is from like a middle class suburban white family from Seattle or some shit. So like who gives a fuck? Like who gives a fuck about your net worth? Like none of us are in that position to be like, oh, what's your net worth? Like the fuck are you talking? Like, bitch. No offense to Ava, but like that's the most retarded. That's kind of classes if you want to think about it. Like, oh, what's your net worth? That's very classes if you want my opinion to say something like that and not be self aware. Like, you know what I mean? I found that to be classes. Like, who gives a fuck about your net worth? Who Ava just got a concept of wealth. So Ava got a concept of wealth and now she's using it as a social status. Like most of us are from like low middle. Most of us, I'm from a low, like I'm from a low middle class. No, I'm not middle class. I've never been middle class. Like I'm from a low working class family. I've done like blue collar jobs. I've done white collar jobs. I saw. I guess I can talk about this because I saw this Ava talk about it in Grace chat about like blue and white collar job, and I've done both. I've done both, right? I've done both of this. And I thought it was just fucking retarded. It's like, you know, I do agree that a lot of rich people are lazy. That's fucking fair. 100% fair. I met a lot of rich people who are lazy, but that's because they can afford it. You know, but one thing I saw was like every white collar person I know fuck off half the day. The hardest working people I know are blue collar. Bragging about your parents, well, it's just nipple baby activity, never war and respect. I'm gonna make a quick response to that about that post Abra made. First thing first, that is true, but also not true. The white collar jobs I worked in, for my experience, is the last white collar job I worked with was with the state, with the company. The company I worked with was with the state. Yeah, did I fucked up? Did I like goof around half the time? Yeah, but that's only because I was able to do the job quick. Like I knew the job to the point where I can get it down in minutes. But I also knew people around me that would like work hard as like they will work much harder than I was, even though I was doing a fraction of the job. Like it depends to individual by individual. I worked at blue collar job where people mess around all the fucking time. But I've also worked at blue collar job where we were working all the time. I worked at facilities where like we only work 3/4 of the day and we fucked around for the rest of the day. Like it depends from job to job. It depends from job to job, depends on the people, depends on the facility. Like I know people who work at blue collar job and they literally don't stop working. They from the morning they clock in to the morning they leave, they do nothing but work. Like they don't have the opportunity to mess around. I've met people who work at blue collar job and they mess around all the fucking time. It depends on the job, it depends on the company, it depends on the facility. It's yes, I would admit that a lot of hardworking people are from blue collar jobs. I would admit that, yeah, but that depends on the blue collar job. If you're working like construction, yeah, but also no. It depends from job to job, depends on facility to facility, it depends on so many things. It's not black and white. It isn't. It's much more than that. Again, the last white collar job I worked in, there were people the same age as me and they were working twice as hard as me to get the same amount of production as me. And I just did it and I was able to do the job a fraction of the time, but that's because I knew the job in and out fast enough where it wasn't hard. Was I called out on my bullshit? Yeah, but they also couldn't deny like the work was done and he did it right, so there was nothing they can do to me. Where I met people, and again, the people who were working twice as hard, like they got, I felt bad for them. I helped them a lot of the time because like I had nothing better to do, so why not help them? Me and my mom, I say me and my wife pay a mortgage. We have a car, and I get I get what I want within reason. Just because I won't spend hundreds of super chat, which I could if I want, but I have better things to spend it on. That's fair. Like holidays and video games. These women never worked a real job. That was me. I used to work at I said 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. half-hour commute, and the weekend night job 10-hour shifts. Yeah, it depends on job to job. It's. I feel like you have to be kind of a little ignorant. Though sounds lame, stinky. Kind of does sound. I feel like but also it depends on the job around you. What's even classified as a blue or white collar job. You know what I mean? I don't know. I just felt that point Ava made was a little ridiculous. Again, like I worked at blue collar jobs where people just bullshit half the time. I did. Me and my team we bullshitted most of the time. I worked at white collar jobs where like I worked all fucking day. It depends on a lot of things, and depending if you're on a schedule, depending if you're on a it depends on a number of things. It's not easy as you think it is. Some people have it in there where they can do the job a fraction of the time, and other people don't. It depends.
Right. Absolutely. But that was really all that I wanted to say. But I don't have
Drink more
any
water.
hate
I'm
towards
getting
you,
a little
Ruby. I still
dehydrated.
love you. Like I said, if you need to call me ever, if you're actually like down bad, I'm absolutely there for you. But just when it comes to, the online shit, YouTube, we're just gonna have to let it go, I guess.
Yeah, so sorry, Chad. No Rubel 03.
No, and that's
I enjoyed our time, so and I love
you know,
bullying.
I was like, I planned on coming to see you at least soon enough within the next couple of months. Like, I'm stressed. I don't know.
Okay, you don't have to stay on. And I appreciate your honesty and just being upfront and letting me know where you're at. And
Yeah, no, and
really-
I appreciate your accountability, bro. And I think a lot of people wanted to hear that from you. Like instead of, you making some big grand gesture to try to make up for what you did, like it's really just taking accountability. And you are like, and that's the first step to healing yourself, to figuring out what you need to be working on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, thank you for coming on and addressing all the hyenas. And
yeah, please don't let the chat get to you. Don't let chat's narrative be whatever. Yes, I'm talking to you guys. You guys all like to start shit. And
yeah, and there's a lot of like misinfo. Also, just so everyone knows, I haven't been in a chat in days. So I saw Jeremy thought he was having a full-on conversation with me under an alt. So if anyone thinks they were talking to me in a YouTube chat room since like Sunday, that was not me. I just want to put that out there too.
I like I would admit that maybe someone was telling her about it, but it's just evil now. I mean, no one said it was Sunday. Like that part kind of confuses me. Like, wait a minute, like people were accusing all since yesterday at the most, I believe. People were accusing her. Here she goes lying low. That's what made me kind of believe that, like, maybe it's kind of put me in a weird spot because, like, well, nobody says Sunday. I believe it was Tuesday or like it was Tuesday, I believe. No, Monday. It was like Monday afternoon or Tuesday when we started to see the ass wipe account. So it was like maybe kind of believe like no, it was so none of the ass wipe thing didn't happen till like Monday, Tuesday. So the timeline again, she's lying about that, but she could just be misremembering. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, but chats take their own narratives regardless. It doesn't matter what people say, but it matters that we both have our own understanding about the situation and where we stand. Like that's what I care about. I don't know about the people out there in chat. They obviously are looking for something more messy, for me to cuss you out, for you to fucking have a breakdown. Like that's what they're looking for, but they're not going to get that because we did have an honest relationship.
Really? It was deleted. Ah, yeah. I've heard or somebody says that it was deleted. Ruby arguing against girls. If that is the case, you're talking to dude, the Ruby is that asswipe account, yeah. If it is Ruby, that is because like she did show a video of her showing all her accounts, and screenshotting it, which is Ruby, why didn't you remove? Never mind. She could have easily just logged out and deleted it. And I'm pretty sure you can have different YouTube accounts under the same email. I'm pretty sure you can do that. Or you can just log out or delete it on the spot. Like if you delete it off your phone, it obviously is going to show back on your laptop. So it's like no one buys that. I don't know. Like if she did that, she can easily have gone on her phone, deleted it off. She can either log it off of her phone, and it would have showed right back onto her laptop if she had the same account, all of them logged back in. So it's like she would have said something. It really was not gaslight. She would have addressed it if she had obviously seen the stream. She could easily assign out that account to cover her track. Yeah, but see, that also means like. But also, like, unless she didn't log out on her laptop, because I'm pretty sure Ruby is on her phone a lot of the time, like the rest of us. So it shouldn't have transferred over to her laptop. But who knows? The account was sus as fuck. It was saying stuff like Ruby chain, and she doesn't do that or that anymore. Yeah, I know.
And it's a honest, and we're not ending on bad terms. You know what I mean? And that's the type of friendship. If I am going to end a friendship, that's the way that I want to do it. Is being honest.
I'll be back. I gotta use the bathroom. So. Some Kingdom Hearts music for you guys. Sankabrew, you can go to hell. No. Fuck you. I love Kingdom Hearts, and I've been on a Kingdom Heart kick. I did actually. I recently did buy the Halo collection on what is it, on Steam today, because it was like $10. I probably could have gotten it much cheaper now that I think about it. I thought I would get Halo Wars with it. I did not get Halo Wars, so I'm a little disappointed. But I got the Halo collection stuff, so I can't wait to play Halo. I've only ever played a bit of 3 and a little bit of Reach. So, yeah. I was hoping to play Halo War, but I guess I'll enjoy it more once I get through the main Halo games. I've always wanted to play ODST, so I'll do that before. I start my day. The account was sus as fuck. My lavender chain said fuck sakes, but play a man game for one. Like, what's like Persona 5? I've never played Persona 5. I want to play Persona 5, but I'm a little one day. So I need Waffle, you know that Gaswipe account was also calling me a Nazi and shit. Very Ruby coded. Yeah, I played Kingdom Hearts 1 that it. Just join gameplay on PC. I could. ODST is great. I could have done that, but I don't. I like owning my games in a way. I don't feel like I don't know. I don't have the money. That's retarded. I mean, it would have been cheaper, so I guess I'm retarded. I guess it would have been cheaper to just pay the like $12, $14 for Game Pass to get all the games I want, then rather than buy the individual game. I guess, and obviously then there's I guess it would have been cheaper. So I guess it didn't really matter. I lost. I'm a consumer. Consume me. I just wanted to own the game. That's all. The internet cop has tracked the Gaslight message. They were sent from Force of Dane. I like owning good games. Gear, Halo, War, all the Halos. I know. I should have done that. I'll probably just do it for Halo, the Halo War games, Halo 1 and 2. So, you know, I'll do that.
With each other and
Move
letting
on.
each other know where we fucked up. Like, so if you guys want to be mad at that, I really don't give two shits. So.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming on, and everyone in chat, please, no one.
Oh, making
don't
excuses.
harass her.
Snafu.
I think it's
Caused a lot. It's caused a lot of problem for Low, as you can see in chat. Ruby Warriors aren't going away easily. Yeah. We know. That's fun. Yeah, we know. W Kingdom Heart, all the Platinum Trophy and PS5. It's been like 5 years since they announced Kingdom Heart. It's gonna be in like another 5 years. I mean, I think they said the Kingdom Hearts 4 may come out this or next year. I know it's supposed to come out soon. One day I'll do a Kingdom Hearts stream and complain about why, you know, yeah. Did you ever play Lord of the Rings Battlefront? No, I was too young. I played StarCraft, and we didn't have a lot of money, and I didn't have my first laptop until my 2010s, because I was a teenager. So, you know, suffer, really suffer. Sanfu's chasing both of them now. Low, it's going to live today, so let's where the chat goes. She's going live today. Oh yeah, her like a trivia Thursday or something like that.
a smart choice. I would probably not be friends with me either.
Well, goodbye, Ruby. I hope you have a good rest of your stream, and thanks for letting me apologize to you.
No, thanks for letting me apologize to you.
Okay.
I don't know why they have to apologize to each other. Well, I guess in the case of Ruby, because the Low principle, Low has nothing to apologize about this shit. There really isn't anything for her to apologize. In the case of Ruby, I guess he has to apologize because like the races and all that child says he said about King's daughter. Fair enough.
Bye.
And also, I'm sorry.
Final chicken is Ruby. It's a Ruby.
Gary said, "Halo, how about you show some proof of us talking about you and stop lying, leave Ruby alone." I don't know what that's in reference to. I honestly, I didn't watch any of the. Sorry, I'm trying not to be a bitch about this, but I just am a bitch. I'm sorry.
Oh, I have that. I gotta play it. I just haven't gotten the time yet.
My first apology was I made a public post to you, and I am sorry, and it wasn't a joke. I was trying to make a point. That's why I was saying laugh or I'm mad about how you can't just say anything and then call it a joke afterwards. Like,
I know where she's coming from, but again, the more she keeps talking, the more she keeps trying to say the point she was trying to make, the more it just makes her look worse and worse. I would have probably just done a one and done thing and just said like, I said something really terrible to make a point across. I should have never said it. I should have never stood below. I apologize. Just made a stream, make a post and make a stream. She also said that she was gonna donate to a charity. Lo told her to donate to a charity, which I was just like, what? Like, it's like good on you, but it's like, how many times have we seen streamers done the same thing when they get caught about something and then they donate to charities? Like, it doesn't wipe away I fucking hate, like, holy shit, like, this is what, oh my fuck, I didn't, like, fucking hell, people are fucking idiots, I swear. Now she didn't want any of it. The forced donate to charity. It's all about control. Yes, you want to be at least. I know, but like we've seen it with other streamers where like I did something wrong, so I'm gonna donate to charity. It's like we've seen this before. Ruby, I'm pretty sure Ruby has called this out before about like streamers donating to charity when they do something wrong. It's like it doesn't wipe away the slate. It's like it doesn't. It's like if I was to make fun of fat people, I went too far, and then as an apology, guys, I'm going to donate to a fat organization. It doesn't wipe away the slate. It doesn't wipe away. It doesn't. It is just trying to control the situation. It's like damage control. Sound like a Ruby take. Yeah. She wants to make it seem she's a good person. That's why she wants to do charity. It's all bullshit cover up. I mean, yeah, it is. It is. It's like if I get caught doing something stupid, I'm sorry. If I get caught something stupid, I'm gonna take the L, accept what I did, and I'm not gonna and just move on. I'm not going to I'm saying I won't donate to a charity, but I'll do that with my own money and my own time. Not because I got caught doing something. And again, I'm gonna hammer the point in. She's only doing this because she got caught. Do you think TK would have said anything about this? No, TK probably would. If TK said anything about it, people thought, TK, you're crazy, you're out of control, right? That's all it would have been. No one believes you, TK. Only when me in chat caught it, that's when she started to act up like that. And she won't admit this. She will never admit this. And I try to ask her to come on my panel to explain herself in a way to even give her like the benefit of the doubt. Like, Ruby, come up here and explain yourself because this doesn't look good. I gave her the spot, open your wallet to Israel. Fuck no. Fuck. I gave her the chance. I gave her the opportunity to come up. She even wrote in my chat. But my PayPal is yeah, Discord donate to me. That person comment with the no stinky brew. Go fuck off. You're not getting any of my shekels. Yeah, that's what I would say. That's what I would fucking. That's what I was trying, and it's why with a total victory on my hand because she won't admit that. She will not admit that. Nobody will admit that because it looks bad on her, right? And it annoys me a little bit, right? Because I got bombed by my chat. I got bombed by people who like Ruby for this shit, and then I'm here like, well, the real winner in the end was me because I outed this shit. Did I understand where Ruby was coming from with her point? Yeah, but I also made it clear, like, Ruby, that point was terrible. I get what you were trying to do, but you took it such an extreme that there's no turning back. And I was trying to tell her, come on my panel, explain yourself. You in that frame of time, she could have saved herself. She could have made a public apology. And then guess what happened? Then Deadman made his video on this. And that's it. That was the end of it. If it wasn't for me and Deadman in chat talking about it and it's spreading and the door finding out about it, she would have never apologized. It's just the truth. And I'm just gonna keep forcing that point in because she won't accept that. None of these people will accept that. None of these people would accept that it was me, Chad, Deadman who outed this, who out this whole thing. She would have never repented. She would have never admit her fault. She would have never apologized. She would have never done that. And she would have she would have just walked away. Right? You think,
You can't. That doesn't work. And I'm still disgusted by you and Jeremy. And I don't think that I want to interact with you guys online anymore, honestly. And I don't like what it brings out of me. I just really, really thought that TK was going to stand up against that. And when he didn't, I was just really disappointed. So I did go in his chat. And I was just trying to think of the most offensive thing you could say, like, as an example of saying, the most offensive thing in the world, and then saying.
See, this part caught my attention because, like, why this part caught my attention the most. It's like she shamed TK and Jeremy for their thing with the door, which was fair. I agree with that. But then the fact that she openly admitted that she went for the most disgusting thing you can think of. Meanwhile, she was drunk. And I'm like, even when I was drunk, I would never say these kind of things to anyone, both public or I wouldn't even think of stuff like that. When I'm drunk and I'm in the mood and I'm just riled up, I tell people to go fuck themselves. But I don't go with the slurs. Like I think that the last thing that's the last thing really, and I'm just like, why would you? I think this right here makes it worse. I feel like this part makes it even more damning. My Japanese plantum is in the mail chat. I'm surprised you just didn't. Why didn't you just get an R4 and then just dump a the Japanese plantum into the R4? You could have just done that. Probably would have saved you a lot more money. Ruby gets drinks and then brings out the racist slurs. Yeah, I mean that this part caught my attention was like you if you didn't say this part, you would have been perfectly fine. But this was even more damning. It's like, and I think the chat didn't like that either.
Laugh or I'm mad. Offensive thing, laugh or I'm mad. Because the other thing is like just gaslighting everyone who is genuinely hurt and
I don't have an
disgusted by
SD
that.
reader.
You know?
That's fair. You should get one. My true self is a very
there's
emotional
not going to be any
wreck.
more association with love anymore.
Nothing really changed, Doge Gamer.
I've been, you know, thinking about another like Ruvalo meetup, and you know, she'd just been here for Christmas, and I didn't realize that she had I don't know. I'm just it wasn't okay what I said at all.
You should.
Even to just say as an example.
I love how gamers said, "I'm sorry about your relationship." Like, what are you sorry about? You're not friends with either of them. You're not in some type of like fucking. Usually, you feel it when you took it too far and regret it quickly. Usually, you feel it when. I don't think she regretted until she got called out. I think that's the only reason she's even doing this rigmarole. And I said, like, what? Like, during my stream that she was going to pull this, and I was right?
I still said it.
You can actually see the tears. If you look carefully right here, you can actually see the tears. But you talk a lot of shit about me when you're drunk. Instead of ending your career, I just gave you some pass. Nap, I will talk Nap, just for that. I will talk more shit about you. Napstar, no, because you started it. Now, because Napstar, I'm gonna talk shit. I'm gonna go talk shit about you more now. To be fair, I also talk shit about Universal Jones, and I ended up getting Universal Jones to reveal some things about him being a. Napstar, you're next. When I'm drunk again, Napstar, remind me to talk shit about you. I don't want you to give me a pass. You were never supposed to give me a pass. Ruby's a nasty person. Stop the low angel stuff, and then the self improvement. That's why she fails. She fails. She's trying to be better than she is. Just horrible. I said. Napstar didn't he hit the sector bully. He's my bully. If Napstar didn't bully me, I wouldn't be the horrible person I am now. I mean, I guess so. I mean, if you want to self-improve, why are you even streaming, Lo-I? If you want to self-improve, if you want to get better, there's really no reason to do any of this stuff. It's like the reason like I went away for a while was because like my mental state and all that wasn't getting better. So like let me step away from streaming for a while and get myself. That's what I kept telling Gamer and Ruby to do. Is like maybe stop streaming for a while. Maybe like do things in real life. Maybe get a second job or get more hours at your job. That would be good for you. So honestly, it's just to stay off the internet. I do believe that to some extent.
Well, no, I mean, Lo, I think she's had concerns about being associated with me probably for a while. I mean, I'm literally here at channel like recovering fentanyl addict. It's messy. I'm collaborating with all kinds of fucking weirdos, and that energy reflects back on her. It never really made sense in the first place, but I
just running before she can walk. It's more happened. It's more real than yeah.
I don't know. It'll just be different, but But this is beyond just not being perfect. Like, and it seems like a lot of people in chat are pretty over it too. It wasn't a poor choice of words. I said something disgusting.
Hi, Gobbledygook.
I'll show you guys the post I made like an hour after I said it, because I knew I was like, oh fuck, I fucked up, dude.
It wasn't an hour after, it was a couple hours after, because I think I stopped my stream around 12 o'clock. She made that post around 3 or 4 o'clock. It wasn't an hour after. The only reason you made that post was because I was calling you out, and around that same period, that man made a video on it. Then when I woke, because that man made a video on the whole thing after I was covering everything. So like, there's a lot of like, again, and you can tell she's crying. You can kind of tell with the water. You can kind of tell she was cack. But I just, again, I would say this again. She only started doing this because she got caught. If she didn't get caught, this would have not been happening. And even if it did, she would try to downplay the whole situation because nobody was challenging her until I started streaming. And again, me and Chan. She doesn't care, but is trying so hard to look like she does. She is only bothered because Lo rejected her, in my opinion. I just think because she lost a friendship. She's only acting like this because she lost her friendship with Lo. That's the only reason. If she didn't, why flipping off the audience again? I think she's doing this because she lost her friendship with Lo, and if she didn't, and again, because when I was streaming, people were bringing up Lo's name. I believe Universal Jones saw the Universal Jones was on stream and watching the whole thing go down on my stream, late Sunday night and early Monday morning. That's the only reason that Lo even knows about any of this stuff. You gotta give it to her. She did fool me with the apology and everything, and then I saw her ult on form and then knew she was playing. Ruby doesn't give a fuck about anyone but herself. I don't think that's the case. I am being a little nice when I'm gonna push back on this. I think she does care for people, but I do think that like I think what it is online people are different. Online friends are different than real life friends. With real life friends, because they're more closer to you, I guess they're more like, you know what I mean. I got a burp.
I didn't think the apology would make it go away at all, but I never in my mind want to call anyone an N-word. I have no desire to rape anyone's children. I was trying to say the most. I was thinking, what is the worst thing you could say?
I mean, the problem is, you say you don't want to, but then you admit that you're trying to think of the worst. It kind of makes me wonder what part is genuinely true. If you're saying that, well, I don't want to say slurs or R word, but then you thought about it because you were trying to think of it's like, that doesn't look good. I think that makes it even worse when you try to explain that. I think that makes it worse, in my opinion, if you're trying to explain it.
Dang it! I've never
attack Lalo, attack rate. Now this is how many times does it have to happen? There's always a reason and always someone else's fault. Yep, it does. I would say this with the Lalo stuff. She should have known better. She should have known who Lalo was working with. You should always know that Lalo is always going to be with the Thorpes. I don't know why she thought that Lalo wasn't gonna do with it. Like it was retarded, but also we did want her to mock Lalo, so we are kind of in fault a little bit. But it was mostly on her. I would admit that she had the right to defend herself against Lalo, but the issue is it's like everything is recorded, everything is being watched, everybody is watching every little thing, everything's going to be clipped. Her throwing that spatula on Lalo or spoon, I didn't really care as much, but it was fucking funny. But the fact that it's gonna get worse and worse, like maybe in that moment she shouldn't have thrown it. What's worse, Sonny? Like I don't know. That Lalo stuff was like, what do you fucking expect with Lalo? But she used the word though. She did wanted to say it's true that she used the word. It's true she wanted to hurt TK. It's true she wanted to be nasty. Yeah, that is true. She says the N word. She did. She did say the N word. Like it's you can't. You said the N word even though you are saying that I don't want to do that, but you thought about it. It's like what the fuck. If once you went to back with you that bothered me, that was downright bully. But it was Lala who. But it's Lala who cares. That's what I'm saying as well. Because this side of the sector doesn't care for Lalo, but also it's like how far you're willing to go. And we saw how far. I'll be right back. I take another piss. We'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. But he who hasn't said the N word in the last big king. Fair. But the thing is, in the case of like Jeremy, Grace, and TK, they're always gonna say whatever's on their mind. I ain't gonna lie. But I see what you're trying to say, Gobbly. I think that's a fair point. But she says she was an SJW today. Yeah, that is true. But she's always been trying to be left leaning for the longest, like the last like month or two. And I felt that was it's funny. Say what you will about me. You will never hear me say the N word. I don't need it. I mean, who hasn't said the N word and said I've said the N word? You know, I ain't gonna lie. I've said it on stream. I've said the regular N word. I've said it. I never said the hard. I don't think I ever said the hard R in my stream. But I don't make excuses. I don't make excuses for when I say the regular N word. But I also, where I'm from, right, where I'm particularly from, saying the N word is just commonplace. Like I hear white people say it. I hear Spanish people. It doesn't make it right or wrong. You know, I don't really care what people say now. It's what nigga. It's a very common thing in my area. You can say I think it's a sign of low IQ in my. Well, I just said it now, but in my area, it's just a very common thing. And where Ruby is probably from as well, it's probably also. I said the N word a lot of time, but I'm black, though I can get away with it. That's also true. I don't use it personally. I mean, my friends say it, I say it. I'm just around it so much constantly that it just becomes part of your vocabulary. It really does. Does it make it right or wrong? I don't really care. Like that's the whole point of freedom of speech, not freedom of consequence, but the freedom of speech. Right? It's up to you, really. It's just when you're coming to the hard R, that's like, whoa, wait a minute. Because a lot of, I say it all the time, haha. Because I think Spud donate to BML to make you feel better. Yeah, I want to donate because I said the regular N word. I'm going, guy, every dollar you send me, I'm going to go send it to BLM. To BLM. You know. I just think that in the end of the day is like, you know, if you're going to say the N word, I don't really care, but if you're going to say the hard R, and it's always going to be this debate where is it perfectly fine to say the hard R? Is it not fine to say the regular N? It's, to me, it's like I'll let people decide. I don't have that energy now, so everyone else, Ruby grows. You want to? What I'm saying, if Ruby said the regular N word, I would not care. It's like, is it really much of a slur? Almost everybody in my area says it. The problem came down when she was saying the hard R, and we all know that she was saying the hard R. That's what I'm. No, Goblet is mad. Nobody. It's a Goblet. Nobody is mad. She said it. It's no. It's N word with the A. The hard R. It means the same thing, right? I guess so. A regular N word with the A. It's so commonplace in everybody lingual, especially with music and media and everything, that you try to communicate by only using the N word. Goblet. Well, she said nig. She said nig, but if you read the transcript, what I should have, she claimed to be on. If you read the transcript, you know what she was trying to apply. You know what she was trying to do. That's what makes it damning as well. Let's see if I have the transcript as always. Thank you again. Thank you again, Get Crack, for giving me the transcripts. Because when you look at the actual thing, right? When you look at the actual thing, it's like, let me fuck your Nick daughter. You know, and I mean beforehand, right? I believe beforehand, see, like, this is what makes it damning, because it's like, if you're just saying, you said hard to PO Black Gamer. Oh, yeah, I did. I did say that. I did say that. I did say that. That's a fair point. That is fair. I'll take the L for that. I'll take the L for that. Okay. All right. But the thing is, like, I didn't make any excuses. I didn't make any excuses. So I didn't make any excuses. Was I drinking? Yeah. But that's not an excuse. Is that okay, Goblet? Yeah, I heard you say horror before, but oh yeah, I did. Oh well, I'll take the L. Alright. I'm not gonna make an excuse. Do people want me to apologize? I'm not gonna get out of it that much out of me. Like, okay. Oh, goddamn, I'm going over my stream limit again. Yeah, he has. Yeah, I have. I'm not making any excuses. But I also said I wasn't a good person. Sunny said Sunny, she didn't say T.O. His kid says she is T. She said it to TK. Yeah, that is true. I think that's also a distinction we need to make. That this wasn't meant to be, because that is true. That is true, Gobbly. Hey, at least he's honest about it. I am very honest about it. It's true, Gobbly. That is very true. That Sunny, she didn't say it to TK TO to his kiss. He said it to. Wait, what? Wait, I think I'm reading is retarded. Hold up, I'm reading retarded. I think my brain's retarded right now. Sunny, she didn't say it to his kiss. She said it to TK. Hold up a second. Okay, I get what you mean now. Yeah. No, I thought she said it to. Well, not like. I gotta say this. I thought. Wait, holy fuck! Now my brain's. Let me fucking. Just why you're drunk right now? No, I'm barely awake. I didn't get any sleep. You're discussing semantics. Not that hard. You're discussing semantics. Oh, I guess that's fair. NDR. But are you? Yes, I have been up since 4 o'clock. Didn't TK say something about his own kid? Oh yeah, that's something we need to talk about. Thanks for reminding me. That's yeah. TK said some offhand stuff about it, and I was watching that mainstream, and that was also disgusting. It's like. God, that's why I was thinking to myself, like, these are fucking idiots we deal with. Like, and that's why I always remind myself, like, what are you expecting from TK or Jeremy or Ruby? Because at that point, it's like, you shouldn't have expectation about them. I would even say you shouldn't have any expectation about me. And I hope I made that clear in the past, because, like, none of us are good people. Just because I break these stories or talk about it does not make me good. Just remember that. She didn't say to his kid it was about his kid. It makes it you have a different expectation and standard for her than you do for yourself. Yeah, but it doesn't help that she's trying to build up an expectation about herself that people should accept. I mean, like, remember when she went on this whole thing about she was better than the Dorp, and then she evolved herself worse. Then she ended up becoming as bad as the Dorps that time. I don't really go as far as that. If I did, I apologize. I never, it's why when I do this streaming stuff, I always remind myself, you know, I always remind myself there is a 1 minute 50 chance. What? Wait a minute, what the fuck? Gamer bought off his kid for Ruby Soldier. Yeah, that is true. The calm Gusly thing. Yeah, TK said that. Yeah, no, I believe he did say that. King is legit retarded with how he. Yeah, that is true. Spun, yeah. Oh, Spun, yeah, and the sick crew love it. AK Jeremy, Lalo, and Ben. That is true. There is a 1 minute 50. What the? What? Oh, you mean the video? It's not the N word. It's a bit after. You don't have to try very hard to be better than the Dorps. No, you don't. Also, good morning, Raza. How you been? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope things are good, Razi. It's not that hard, but it's also very easy to be as bad as the Dorps. And that was my point about. Okay, I see what you mean. Wait, did Stinky Boo send it to me, or am I just being retarded? Because I know the clip you're talking about. I think Deadman played it. Let me see if I can. Fuck, I am tired. Who the fuck texted me this morning? Oh, never mind. It's a friend of mine. He said that if others said it. Stinky Brew 1. Oh, it's on your YouTube channel, Stinky Brew. Okay. Well, yeah, when TK said that, I just looked at him and like, TK, you're such a fucking idiot. Like, why are you saying shit about, like, if you're trying to say, like, oh, well, everybody talk about my daughter, it's like, TK, you're missing the whole fucking point. It's like, he didn't say, hey, my kid is blank, blank, blank. It's like, do you guys see why I always say to myself, like, you guys are fucking idiots? It's not hard. It's not hard to shut your mouth. It's not hard to think about it in a minute. It's really not fucking hard. But you got these idiots that say things like that, and like some say it's a joke, some say it's a duster. I hate my life. King don't do it to himself any favors. Like, yikes. Well, King did it to himself. Like when he said that, Mike, I don't want to repeat what he said because I want to be careful. But if you know what he said, it's like, King, you're such a fucking moron. I was just like, really, King? When you could have, you had the moment, you had the fucking opportunity in your. And then it wasn't, and I'm gonna say this about Jeremy. Jeremy started making PDF jokes with stuff like, okay, none of those are funny, and they're not landing as you think. And I'm like, it's like, but then again, Jeremy, I won't believe admit it, he doesn't care. So what do you do at that point with somebody who doesn't care? At that point, you're talking to a wall. Like if Jeremy does not care about making PDF jokes, at that point, you can shame him, you can criticize him about it, but he doesn't care. He's going to do it even more now. At that point, is it even worth talking about it? Is it even worth, like, I think it's a question that people need to ask about themselves, about in this sector. If these people are going to keep doing the same thing constantly over and over again, and they do not care, is it even worth criticizing them at that point? Is it even worth holding them to any standard? Is it even worth talking about it at that point? And I think that's something people don't know what to do or what to say. It's all fucked up sector. Yeah, this would be different if this was a sector where this didn't really happen at all, and it was just a one-time thing, and all these idiots did it. I think people wouldn't be as lenient, but I think people would be like, "What?" People would be very, very different about this. But the problem is, it's like last year alone, how much did we see? These people go off. How many times do we see Ruby burn bridges? How many times we seen Grace do retarded shit that like negatively affected her? Tell his boss he's a creep. Yeah, but that's not gonna change anything. And I'm not a fan of going IRL, but it's like, and you gotta always be careful about this stuff because then it's like we get into the whole gamer thing. It's like I criticize gamer about going IRL, and I gotta be like, I don't think you should go IRL. Let his own fault be his own downfall. Let it be that way. If you believe in karma or divine comedy or divine judgment, let that be the player in his life. I personally don't care about any of this stuff. But I'm enjoying the witch hunt. Well, at least Rod's honest. At least Rod's honest about this than anyone else. Right, but that's my point. It's like ultimately, in the end, you're dealing with people who don't care. And that was my point about my Sunday stream. Was like, these people do not care if you criticize them. You can tell TK about it 100 times, and he will not care. You can tell Jeremy that his PDF jokes are not funny. Roger's going to get better. Yeah, well, you can tell Jeremy 100 times, 1,000 times. His PDF jokes are not funny. They're disgusting. They're not good. Yada yada. Shame him. He's not gonna care. He's gonna do it even more now, and he's gonna profit off of this. What do you do in that situation? It's something that if you really wanted people to get better, you stop watching. Yeah, that is true. But people like train wreck. People like the disaster. It's like what I told people, like, if you don't like my stuff, you don't have to be here. You don't have to sub to me. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. You know what? It wasn't the joke. It wasn't a joke, or it wasn't a joke. I know what you're trying to apply. I know what you're trying to apply. If he had no audience, then go get a job. It wasn't a joke, or what? I know what you mean. I know it wasn't. But to Jeremy, it is a joke. To us, it isn't a joke. But to Jeremy, it is a joke. And that's something that people, and I think we know the distinction, but we haven't really gone far enough to really ask ourselves, if he thinks this is all of a joke, and the more we talk about it, the more we criticize him, and in return, he's going to be more and more acting like that, is it even worth talking about it at that point? Is it even worth criticizing him at that point? And at that point, what do we do? That's what I'm trying to imply. She called his daughter Nig. Yeah. Oh no. I mean, we seen the transcripts. Yep, Sunny. Yep. People love drama. Yeah, people love drama. People love the train wreck. People are gonna be like, well, at least it isn't me. At least is it like, yeah. Hopefully it isn't. So Jeremy thinks he's a shock jock. Jeremy gives stuttering John energy. I feel like I know that somewhere. I don't know where. To Jeremy, it's a great belief and therefore good. Yeah, but what do you do in that situation? What do you do in that situation? What do you do in that dilemma? And I think that's something that people need to ask themselves. I think that's something Ruby should have really thought about before she made her Celebrity Sunday. I think she went into it so fucking, I think Ruby went into it so fucking nutty and crazy about it. I think that it ended up like a feedback loop that here we are now. They did lingerie on the explanation for too long. Even I was like, move on then. The dad verse would love Jim. Oof. Jeremy either doesn't interact much or act different because I'm surprised he doesn't get beat up more. I mean, most of us act different. Like, that's just how we are. What is it? What do they say? The way you are at your house is different than you are in your house, and the way you are. No, I said that wrong. The way you are with certain people, like you play different characters or personas, or you act a certain way around different people, or different environments. Like the way I am on YouTube is almost very different than on the way I am in real life. But that's because I make a very clear distinction to myself for the most part. There are certain things that do blend, but I try to make a distinction between my online life and my real life. And even then, sometimes they do blend in a little too much. So I try to separate them. I said I don't do that. I keep the same energy wherever I go. No, that's fair.
Use language like that, you know?
That's,
Hey Laura, how's it going? I started a therapist after the fight, but like I'll probably continue being a fuck up, you know? So it just is what it is. I can try to be better, but me trying is still fucking up. And I'm still gonna disappoint people.
that's fair. I mean, you're a parent, so you would know about this, thank you, bro. The thing is, like again, with Ruby, I would just tell her, get off YouTube, get away from this community, log off completely. Like if this is affecting your mental, she's been streaming. The problem with Ruby is, and I think she's getting it now, like you stream about your life to the point where you can't complain. You can't complain about people talking about your real life because you streamed it for so long. The only way you can get out of it is you slowly weed yourself off of this. For a while, I thought TK felt he needed to do what he does as a bit to entertain, but late, I think it's just him. I think it is just him. Remember, Ruby did pull a knife on a family. I've heard about this story. I'm not well informed about it. I know the story through the dwarves and a little bit through Ruby, but I'm less likely to believe either of them without getting a third party opinion of the whole. Like, if somebody has like a YouTube video or something that explains the situation better, or like articles or stuff that goes into this more, I would like to read it or watch, because I feel like there's something missing, and I don't want to give an opinion on this too much because I wasn't watching people back then.
I mean, when I post in my Discord, I know it's public. I don't. It's
Well,
posted in the main area. It's public, but
that's the problem. It's you make this too much about you have.
I know. It's just like it just so happens that I got into IRL streaming through the worst people in the world, and it's been hard to cut off affiliations because I didn't want to be so controlling over like, who do my panelists collab with? Who are they talking to? Like, I didn't want to be like that, but
it's kind of funny because this is the same thing I criticized Gamer for policing people. I mean, you can blame the dwarves, but after that, it's like everything after that is on you. You could have stopped after your collaboration with the dwarf. You could have just stopped. But I think she got addicted to the whole system with Ruby led drug post-pin any mature growth. Postpone any maturity growth. I mean, yeah, I believe there is a study that says like heavy drug use at a certain age does hamper psychological development. King can't complain now because he said stuff about his kid last night, and that's as a parent I could not imagine never. Yeah. Well, I've sadly, I'm not going to talk too much about my personal life, but I have seen some of my friends say offhanded stuff about their kids. And when King said the same thing about his daughter, I was just reminded about that and a little bit of disgusted by it. But, you know, she's always blaming everyone else. The thing about her start, like, okay, you could, if you really wanted to blame the dwarf for getting you to IRL streaming, fine. But she likes the attention. You can't blame the dwarf forever for your mistakes. And maybe she's realizing that now.
yeah, it's just a mess.
They all love attention. Why not good attention? Because what did they say? There's no such thing as bad advertisement. I mean, that is sadly true. There is no such thing as bad advertisement. Oh, look, these are low, literally. I like how Gamer's trying to come.
Thank you, Gamer.
I love how Gamer, it's okay, the right thing to do. Cut to, like, Gamer, shut the fuck up. She isn't realizing that spot. She threw.
Remember, please don't donate to me anymore. It's okay. The right thing to do is cut ties with Jeremy and King altogether so we don't make these mistakes again. But the fact is, it's a deeper issue beyond that. There's something wrong with me. And I am...
Well, humans are innately faulty, broken creature, but like, get off the internet. Like, maybe stop streaming for a while. Think if you listen closely in context, he was feeling sorry for himself and saying, "No one apologized for calling my kid blank. You really know what's calling his kid." Yeah, that's fair. Gamer is such an obsessive, sympathetic. See, had an agency can't pin it on the door for once. She has an agency. Yeah, you can't pin it on the doors forever. Spy search up the Ruby Sparks ISO timestamp 11 home invasion story. Okay. Well, guess we can watch that. I've gone over my time limit. I was only supposed to do this for an hour. I guess around 8:30, I'll stop the stream because I gotta start my day soon. Is this from Tales from the Seven Seas? I guess it's from the. Is it Tales from the Seven Seas? 11.
rehabs or anything.
All right.
And the state facilities, they don't give you enough medication to cope. So it was like a better option for me.
Now,
to try
I guess,
it.
yeah. I guess we can cover it a different day. How about this? So I'll go up to 8:30 because I think I got everything I wanted to say. We'll cover this at a different time, but this would be fun to talk about. So I'll keep this as the light. I'll keep this as something we can cover like at a different day.
At a friend's house, just have people watching me. But I didn't sleep for 9 days. The withdrawal went really intense, and I did go completely psychotic, detached from reality. I thought everyone was a hired actor by Destiny, the streamer. I thought he had hired actors to fuck with me, to like strengthen me, to like save the world, like some delusion. I thought God was talking to me. Like,
so you're blaming Destiny? That is sad. That's really sad. I'm sorry. That's Jeremy King, Ruby, and the Door should just do a show called Low Retarded. It would be an amazing number. It would do an amazing number. She looks very feminine here.
Like, dead ass. And I thought like Mr. Girl was trapped inside of my mom's dog. Like, but what happened was I got arrested 3 times in a week. The worst though was I woke up in the middle of the night and I was at my mom's house, like, and I just started like breaking like all the electronics, like, because I thought they were like recording me. And I ran out the door. I was like, you guys aren't going to kidnap me, like, and put me in rehab. And I saw a house, and on the front lawn, it said like, happy graduation. And I was like, oh, this is Destiny fucking with me because I didn't graduate high school. I go into the house. So I'm in a stranger's fucking house, and I light a cigarette on the stove, and I was scared. So there's a huge knife just on the counter. And I was scared because I'm like,
she's saying, yeah, but she's saying that she's not blaming Destiny. I mean, but it's still crazy that like you see blaming withdrawal, sleep deprived. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, but it's still crazy that you still say Destiny of all people. Okay.
Random house, and I think it's actors I'm going to confront. I pick up the knife, and then some poor woman runs out and is like, oh no, open knife. And I like dropped it. I was like, I'm so necesito drogas. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, like.
Okay, this makes more sense. So she was okay. It's this is how does she not? How does she not do time for that? A man would have died. Yeah, this is psycho. This doesn't really make her look that good, actually. No, that I guess we gotta go through it eventually. I mean, this is kind of crazy because like, all right, well, you're on withdrawal. Why didn't you go to like a clinic or get yourself like they have places for this where people go to withdrawal where they can be safe. Why didn't you go to one of those places? There's places where you could get. Maybe at the time she didn't know, but like I don't know. It's just retarded. There had to be something already there with Destiny. Though she's obsessed with him. Yeah. Pavilion and is like it's such a double standard. She crashed some poor Mexican graduation party. That's what I heard. Let's go through it one more time.
I thought God was talking to me, like dead ass.
Actually, let's go through this one more time because I think that's only fair.
I got arrested for stealing a puppy from the mall when I was 18. That was my first arrest. Then I got arrested for doing graffiti, and then
she got arrested for Brew looking for us in a clip. By the way, that's Stinky Brew. I don't think that is. Or that's someone else. Wait a minute. Wait. She's still a puppy at 8. What? I just had to get a plastic jar off my cat head.
Last year, when I quit fentanyl, I decided I couldn't afford to go to like any decent rehabs or anything. And the state facilities, they don't give you enough medication to cope. So it was like a better option for me to try at a friend's house, just have people watching me. But
so wait a minute. You thought in your infinite wisdom that would be smart for your. Are you fucking retarded? It never works out. That's maybe she knows that now, and maybe it would have been better to go to a state clinic, even if they don't have the resources. It would have been. Wow! Holy shit! Like I can't even I can't really hate her because I know what she's trying to say. Like I can't really. It's just like, are you retarded? It's like I'm not sure what the word per comment or the fact that Spud thought it was me. For a second, I thought that was you singing. I'm sorry, Stinky. I thought that was you for a second. She did wanted to quit, but because it was poor clinic, she chose to have her druggy friend watch her do fent. No. I think her friends were trying to make sure once you're already sick, it's hard to help yourself even. I guess I don't want to hate her on this. I don't want to hate on her that much right here. I just like. So you're telling me we gotta do a whole stream on that. I guess if I have time later tonight, we'll do a whole Ruby stream because it will be either later tonight or some point of the weekend. We'll do a whole Ruby stream about it because this is funny. It's not funny, but it's comical. But it's like, wait a minute, your friends? First off, I would just go into the poor clinic. Right? I would have gone to the poor clinic because in my head, that would be better than watching my friends watch me. I don't trust my friends enough to do that. She went into a home and pulled a knife. Come on, that is shocking. I mean, I know a bit of the story, but I didn't know it because you didn't go to. Holy shit!
I didn't sleep for 9 days. The withdrawal went really intense, and I did go completely psychotic.
Well, no shit. You should have gone to the clinic or a like. I mean, like I know she lives in like I don't know what state. I know it's in New Haven. I don't know what state that is. And maybe they don't have the best facilities, so I'll give her that much. But like, still.
From reality, I thought everyone was a hired actor by Destiny, the streamer. I thought he had hired actors to fuck with me, to like strengthen me, to like save the world, like some delusion. I thought God was talking to me, like dead ass. And I thought,
so she got that's oh god,
like Mr. Girl was trapped inside of my mom's dog. Like, but what happened was I got arrested 3 times in a week. The worst though was I woke up in the middle of the night and I was at my mom's house, like. And I just started like breaking like all the electronics, like, because I thought they were like reporting me. And I ran out the door. I was like, you guys aren't going to kidnap me, like, and put me in rehab. And I saw a house. And
sounded like she didn't want to go to rehab, but I think that's what happened. You 3 times in a week.
On the front lawn, it said like, happy graduation. And I was like, oh.
No, that's fair. I'm not going to lie about that, but it's just like. To me, it's just like nail this, Spud.
This is Destiny fucking with me because I didn't graduate high school. I go into the house, so I'm in a stranger's fucking house, and I light a cigarette on the stove, and I was scared. So there's a huge knife just on the counter. And I was scared because I'm like in a random house and I think it's actors I'm going to confront. I pick up the knife and then some poor woman runs out and is like, oh open knife. And I dropped it. I was like, I'm so necesito drogas. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, you know, like, and it was.
Her Spanish isn't that
And
bad.
so I ran out. I went to, I got in a physical altercation with her husband. We were fighting. And then I saw Destiny's face superimposed on his face. And I leaned in for a kiss, like, while I was fighting this guy. And then I run out. My mom and like the cops find me. I'm surrounded by cops. And I guess I reached for one of their guns. Like, the unfortunate thing is I thought, you know, that when you have those impulsive bad thoughts to, like, you know, yell bomb in an airport or like all those things you really shouldn't do. I was convinced that I was supposed to be doing all those things, like, and that was gonna, like, you know, get me like self-actualized or something. I don't know what the fuck. It doesn't make sense.
Holy shit, this is fucking nuts. We gotta do a whole stream on this. Spot right now in our small sector, there's a guy believing he directing or being directed by Jeremy some grand. You gotta send me that. You gotta send me that. You gotta send me that. That I would like to know. Fighting the husband, leaning for a kiss, sexual. So she forced herself with a fire. No, guys, she did it because she thought it was destiny. Gobbly sweeping for Ruby right now. I don't think reaching for a gun gets you jail time. I don't think Gobbly's sleeping trying to change the combo. I'll cover that. I'll cover that when I can.
That's what.
Holy shit!
Eventually, Ruby would snap out of her psychotic episode and return to content creation. But the traction she had gained after her Killstream appearance had pretty much become non-existent, and she needed a new way to try and gain some sort of attention. Luckily for her, a notorious incestuous dynamic duo known as Grace and Ben Thorpe were on a road trip around America in what was essentially a giant fly-infested bin on wheels, meeting up with freaks, pay pigs, and online simps. After meeting up with their biggest pay pig and scat enthusiast OPC Don had turned into yet another dumpster fire.
Oh yeah, we gotta do a full stream on this. We gotta do a full stream on all of this. This is comical gold. We may have to do a full stream on this some point this week. We're gonna. I guess you guys will have a second stream. Somebody screenshot that. Oh, guys, we. How can her memory even be so good if she was that out of her mind? I don't. Yeah, nothing adds up. Nothing is adding up. But you know what? Gabi is always sweeping for receipts or sent. Leave Gabi alone. Gabi good. It's always been nice. Leave her alone. Leave her alone. It's good. It's good. It's good to have contrarian. It's good to have opinion that a lot of us will not agree because it makes you think hard. So I wouldn't be too hard on Gabi. I mean, Gabi good has criticized Ruby in the past. So I wouldn't, you know, I'd be a little nicer to her. You know, she points it out for what it is. So you can't deny about that. Yeah, we gotta do a full stream on that. This is too fucking good. This is too fucking good. This is deserving of a full stream. This is deserving of a full stream on its own. There's no way we can't do. There's no way. There's no way we can't. There's no way I can't. I gotta do a full stream on this. I gotta do a full stream on this. Oh, my flower died. Well, no. Well, I need to get a bigger pot for my flowers. There's no way. There's no way that we gotta do a full stream on this. This is fucking comical gold. This is comedy gold. I got plenty of criticism for it, but since they doesn't always beat me for the punch. Yeah, that's fair. She really has remorse for pulling a knife on that poor family. She made immersive shirts of her with a. Oh yeah, yeah. I drove by a store called OBC and kicked yesterday. That's funny. All right. I'm gonna end the stream in a little bit. I'm already gonna end the stream in a bit, in a couple minutes. Mostly because like this is funny. I think I got everything I wanted to say about the Ruby Low stuff. Maybe we'll come back to it later, maybe some point today or tomorrow, because it's just fucking funny to watch. Low and Sunny want me up with the incest cup. What the fuck? So Low, Sunny wants to meet up with the. Okay, I see what you mean now. This is too fucking funny This is too fucking funny. This is so fucking funny, worth watching. So basically done. Oh god. We'll cover this stuff. We'll cover this stuff. Trust me, we'll cover this documentary because it's just fucking funny. It's just too fucking funny. But I got the stuff I wanted to say about the Low and Ruby stuff. Do I think it's a bit of performative? I think a lot of it was performative. I think there a little bit of her stuff was sad, but she was sad because she got caught and she lost her friendship with Low. I think if she didn't lose her friendship with Low, I don't think she would be as heartbroken. That's where it comes down to. You're not getting sleepy. See you next time. So take care. You too, Marnie. I think the real thing is that she got caught, and that's the reason why she's doing this rigmarole. If Low didn't care about this shit, then she would have not gone through this whole game. That's the truth. She got caught. She won't admit that she got caught by me in my chat, and that she got blasted for it because she knows that would mean that of total defeat, and I'm the winner of all of this shit. So yeah, we'll come back to this and cover this because it's too fucking funny. All right. I'm gonna end it off here. I think this is a good spot to end it. I think this is a good spot to end this. Till next time, guys. God bless.